Wow. This is, James and I were sitting next to each other during all of what we just watched together. And he said, "It's a lot." That was well said. James changed my life, not just Steve. Steve wrote from the words that James put down on paper first. During rehearsal, my part wasn't written. James suggested, he said, "Do you draw?" I said, "No." He said, "Would you be willing to go to the Art Students League on 57th Street and take some lessons?" I did. And I would sit and draw while the other people would play their scenes. And it's funny, I don't have anything written down, as you see, and I had a thought, and I'm 72 and I've lost it. So expect that throughout my acceptance speech. But he gave me this part and these people, and he introduced me to a word that became the definition of my existence. I know what I was saying. We would sit there and draw, and these people, these actors would play the scene, and I'd draw, and they'd finish. And then I'd walk over there, and I'd stand on the X, and I'd look out into space and say, "I have to finish the hat." And then I'd walk back and start drawing the next couple who had their material written, but the artist material wasn't written yet. I remember when James came over to our house, Catherine, and he said, we did something pretentious, Steve and I. We wanted to make a work of art based on a work of art. And we did. We wrote this first act, and then we realized something was missing. They had not included the artist. They just created the lives of the people in the painting. And he gave me the word to repeat throughout George's life in this play, and I've been privileged to carry it on in my life. And the word is connect. Connect, George. Connect. And I don't have the courage to decide what will happen when my time is up, how they will deal with whatever this mess is called. But if there is a stone or anything anywhere where any part of me remains that my children or grandchildren want to sit by, I would like it to simply say, he tried to connect. Now, the most important thing that I want to say here, we've heard enough about Mandy Patinkin. We're nauseous from it. And I was thinking, what do I say? And then it hit me, Mandy, this has nothing to do with you this evening. Nothing at all to do with you. This is everything to do with the theater and the people who make the theater stay alive and support the theater, and the world at large who cannot live without the theater and the morality. And the ethics and the nobleness and the humanity and the kindness and the entertainment and the lesson to fight for life and see life everywhere, in everyone, in everything. I've been touring around the world, getting to do the luckiest thing any human being gets to do. I get to be the mailman for people like Steve Sondheim and James Lapine, who are the true geniuses of our world. They create the love letters. They create the lessons. They create the Torah, the Bible, the Quran, the way of life for us to remember and not forget. My dear brother-in-law, Michael Grody, who recently passed away, who was a monk at the Mount Trepper Monastery, he shared with our family a mantra that became part of our family's essence. And the words were a Buddhist tenet: when you polish the stone, polish the stone. Meaning, for those of you who wonder, well, what does that mean? It means if you are speaking to someone, speak to that someone. Be with that someone. Listen to that someone. Don't be thinking about the future, and don't go over the past. Be in that moment right there. Take that walk. Hold your grandchild. Grab your loved one. Celebrate your moment in life. Steve wrote this song, one of the few songs my dear friend Ted Chapin reminded me of, that he did not write the music for. Richard Rodgers did. Take the moment, let it happen. Hug the moment, make it last. Hold the feeling for the moment, or the moment will have passed. All the noise is buzzing in your head, warning you to wait. What for? Don't listen, let it happen. Take the moment, make the moment. Many moments marked do I make for us, 1,000 more. And I share those words of Steve because they are his musical poetry gift to us all. He's left all of it behind for all of us to live with it over and over and over again in community. And it is so important that you understand this evening that you are the ones who are being honored. That it is the Signature Theater is the one that is being honored this evening. Those of you who support it, it is every theater across the planet that is gathering humanity together and sharing their lightness, their kindness, their care for their fellow human beings, and celebrating the existence of humanity, not tearing it